What's up, guys, and welcome back to part 3 of our playthrough of Dracula Curse of the Vampire by Jonathan Green. In the previous part, we'd had some exploration around the castle. We checked out a few areas such as the dining room, and we fought... What did we fight last time?
I can't remember.
A phantom or something? I can't remember.
Yeah, we were fighting that like wraithy sort of thing.
So it started to feel a lot more like a fighting fantasy book where we got options to check out different rooms. So yeah, we were about to walk down the stairs to the opulent chamber where we're probably going to encounter some more villains down there. So I think we're just going to get into it. We did pick up the dragon sword, which gives us a plus. Basically, we take 3 damage off enemies, which is great. So I guess we're going to see if we're going to be encountering any fights as soon as we start. Sweet, just in time.
Hey,
welcome, Steve.
Happy weekend. Right, you move as if in a trance, your footsteps carrying you down the flight of steps and enter the opulently adorned chamber. Stopping at the bottom, you take in your surroundings by the lamp held in your hand. This was evidently the portion of the castle occupied by the ladies in bygone days, for the furniture has more of an air of comfort than any you've seen so far. Before you, beneath a canopy like that of some battlefield-pitched pavilion, are strewn all manner of rugs, dust-covered cushions, couches and divans, while silken drapes hang like cobwebs from the ceiling. The sense of sleep is upon you, and the obstinacy that comes with it, and you determine to sleep here where of old ladies sat and sang and lived sweet lives whilst their gentle breasts were sad for their menfolk away in the midst of remorseless wars.
I don't even know what to comprehend from that sentence.
Breasts.
Weeping breasts.
Soft moonlight streams through the diamond panes of a great window, soothing you and only feeding your desire to lay down and turn the tables on your nocturnal existence. And so you lie down upon one of the great couches. Take an ESP test. Do you remember what that means?
It means we roll 2 dice.
No.
4 dice.
What does the ESP stand for? Do you remember?
Extrasensory perception.
Oh, nice. Pass the test, 10 to 200.
Is it 2 dice or 4 dice?
2 dice.
It needs to be below our ESP, which is 8. I was on an evening walk after the football when I got the stream notification. Awesome. Is it nice weather down there? Is it a nice walk?
At least we've missed the football this time.
Yeah.
We normally catch you just as you're about to sit down.
11.
We failed!
Let's see if we die.
First page in, we could have a cheeky drink and re-roll.
Well, we've got a checkpoint, haven't we? We are only 2
Yes.
pages. Let's see what happens.
Let's see if we die. Because if we die...
Nice and sunny, not too hot. Perfect. Yeah. You give in to sleep and are transported by a most wonderful dream, although if Mina was to learn of its nature, it would cause her great sadness and pain. You are no longer alone. The room is the same, unchanged in any way since you first entered it, but there is a brilliant moonlight that you can see your footsteps where they have been disturbed by a long accumulation of dust. Illuminated by the moonlight are 3 young women, ladies you judge by the dress and manner, but they cast no shadow on the floor. You can still see only your own footsteps. 2 are dark and have high aquiline noses, like the Count, and the great dark piercing eyes that glow red like hot coals. The other is fair with great masses of golden hair and eyes like pale sapphires. All 3 have brilliant white teeth that shine like pearls against the ruby of their voluptuous lips. They advance towards you with slow, graceful steps, smiling seductively, the tips of their tongues playing over their exposed teeth and plump lips. The moonlight shining through the window behind them makes their diaphanous robes translucent, revealing their shapely forms beneath. You feel a wicked, burning desire swell within your heart, wishing that they would kiss you with those ruby red lips, even though deep down you know it would cause your dear Mina pain if she were party to that knowledge. The women whisper together as they glide across the room towards you, and then all 3 of them laugh. It is such a silvery, musical laugh, your body answers to their siren's call. The fair-headed one shakes her head coquettishly as the other 2 urge her on. Go on, one of the dark-haired beauties says. You are first, and we shall follow. Yours is the right to begin. He is young and strong, adds the other. There are kisses for us all. You remain where you are upon the couch. Peering out from under your eyelashes is an agony of delighted anticipation The fair girl advances and reaching the couch, she bends over you, her décolletage looming large, closer and closer until you feel her breast brushing your face. Only
It's a children's book.
only the thin shift, not shaft, keeping the firm nipples from touching your quivering lips directly. The hairs on your arms stand up on end, and several hands start to caress your body, and soft supplication of kisses too. The skin at your wrist begins to tingle, and the kisses become passionate. There is a fleeting sensation of pain, but no more than a pinprick, and it passes in a moment. The sucking lips and tongues tease at your flesh. But at the back of your mind, a small voice... This is the bad version?
Yeah.
This is the unlucky version?
You want to go back and read the good version.
By the back of your mind, the small voice doubt registers the pain more completely and begins to question whether you are asleep at all, or in some hypnotic trance. Lose 2 endurance points and gain 3 blood points. But the voice is silenced again when the fair-haired beauty straddles your waist and pulls her shift over the top of her head, her supple body appearing like marble in the deceitful moonlight. She smells as sweet as honey, and her scent sends the same tingling through your nerves as her tinkling laughter. If you're wearing a golden crucifix,
No.
turn to 143. If not, turn to 182.
Are we gonna die? Our blood points are now. Our blood points have gone up.
We're reaching maximum blood
No,
point.
there are only 2.
Our blood
There's a way
point
to
is
go.
reaching the max.
No, this is the good version. Whew, I thought this was a children's book though.
Just turn my fan up a little bit.
Should I? Where did we
Shapely
get to?
forms, giggity. And into the next page. I think it was 182.
You sure?
Yeah, I think I turned to 182
Okay.
because we don't have the crucifix.
Uh,
We do
if-
have a crucifix, but it's not. Is it gold?
I don't think we do have a crucifix. I've not written one down.
I
Have
thought
you
the
got
guy
one?
give us a crucifix.
Have you got one in the bag?
Or maybe not then.
You'll have written it down if we have one.
Golden crucifix,
Oh!
first item.
Okay, what page
So,
are we on?
oh god, I think so. We made the wrong mistake then. So go back
Oh,
to
well
59.
done, Steve.
I didn't remember us having a golden one, but
Right, let me just quickly backtrack. 59. And then we failed the roll.
I need to take those endurance points off. 2 endurance points off. One of the old women on the coach gave to you. Ah, yes. Thanks, Steve.
Steve, you ruined our fun then.
No, they can't get
Who
close
knows
anymore.
where that was gonna go? 143. Your seducer might be honey sweet, but there is a bitter offensiveness underlying the sweetness, like the coppery smell of blood. As she presses her body against yours, she pulls open your shirt, exposing the crucifix upon its beaded rosary. The instant her eyes fall upon the holy symbols, she recoils from you, hissing and spitting like a hellcat, and lashing out with her fingernails, which are sharpened to chiseled points, leaving bloody gouges across your chest.
Oh, another 2.
Lose 2 endurance points and turn to 228.
So, do you reckon we would have died?
Maybe.
Expose your hairy chest.
Exposes your nipple.
Like a scary movie when rips open that guy's shirt and he's just got like a massive hairy back chest.
I can't remember it.
I think maybe it's a woman. I can't remember. 228. Now fully alert, you watch as before your very eyes the woman's features appear to shift and change like melting wax. Their bodies changing also, and you see them as they really are. One appears to have taken the aspect of a snake, her jaw dislocated as it hinges unnaturally wide, the thick serpentine coils where her legs were before. A tearing sound accompanies the transformation of another of the creatures, as a great bat-like wings unfold from behind her back, while the fair-haired beauty is revealed to be little more than an animated corpse, her skull-like visage ruddy with gore. The unnatural women stalk, crawl, and slither towards you. Take a terror test. If you pass the test, turn to 276. So, once again, some really cool art here.
It's like being in a Barnsley nightclub.
Is this like when the lights come up?
I've been
yeah.
to Barnsley.
Yeah.
Yes, I have. Many moons ago.
What for?
One of my exes lived there.
Oh, nice. Take a terror test. If you pass the test, turn the siege on 6. So, terror is
10.
And we need to get higher than that, right?
We've got to roll. Yeah, so we've got to roll more than 10. We've got 4 dice to do so.
Okay. 4.
Yeah.
Nice.
Easy.
We passed the test. Turn to 276. You end up with a 110 when the lights come on.
You leap up from the couch, trying to decide whether you should flee or somehow prepare to defend yourself against these horrors. Do you want to? Right, there is a lot of choices here. Let me just check they don't carry on to the next page. Right. You leap up from the couch, trying to decide what to do. Do you want to run from the chamber as fast as you can? Prepare to fight these monsters? Use your lamp against them somehow?
Burn them.
Throw some antique coins if you have some. Throw some good luck tokens if you have some. Have we got a...
We do have a rabbit's foot.
Yeah, it says good luck tokens. Maybe they're caught. Oh, but then we might need them for...
Brandish the crucifix before them.
We've already brandished the crucifix. So...
Did it work?
Should we try and throw the coins? Lamp won't work because it's not natural. It's not daylight.
Would he not like break it and set them on fire? But while we've got the coins and we want to figure out what they do, it might be worth using. I mean, we're not too far into the books in this part, so we could always go back if it's a massive failure.
Try and use the coins.
Try and use the coins.
Throw some coins just like in Assassin's Creed.
You actually damage them with them, or was that just like dropping them on the floor for them to come and get? 494. What game is it where you can like put like coins into like a gun and shoot it at them? 494.
We better not use all our coins up.
Pulling handfuls of the coins from your pockets, you hurl them at the weird women. Some of them actually touch the twisted flesh of their unnatural bodies, and where it does, so it burns. If you end up having to fight the monstrous mistress of this dark place, you may reduce all of their endurance scores by 2 points before the battle begins. Screaming in pain and fury with claws bared, they go for you then. If you want to use the Penny's Mightier, cross off one and use 618. If not, turn to 433. So are we going to fight them?
I would say use, but we got 3 Penny's Mightier uses, haven't we?
Yeah.
Would you not use one at this point? It's quite a big... Or do you want to just see how the fight goes? What have we got? We've got 18 endurance?
Yeah, we've taken 2 stamina off each of them already.
Yeah, and we can take 3 off them
Yeah,
each time.
so it'd be a waste to use Penny's Mighty when we've already used the coins on them.
Okay, let's give it a go.
Fight them.
I just hope we can actually hit them.
433. Yeah, we got the sword.
I'm gonna put on fighting the ladies.
Yeah. Feels like Resident Evil Village where you fight. Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, probably better to use the Magnum at this point. Yeah, we need the RPG. We could throw a golden egg at them. Shiver, I need an egg.
I need an egg. The monsters recoil in horror when they realise you intend to defend yourself using...
How did they know we got the dragon sword?
I guess... Oh, I guess it's a different route if you... That's weird, isn't it? Must be a different page number you end up at.
Must be.
Come, sisters, declares the bat-winged harpy, with you hearing her archaic, ungodly tongue as English inside your head. Quickly, let us put the animal down, and then we can drain his body of every last drop of blood. In this battle, you have the initiative, but you must fight the weird sisters 2 at a time. Should we just do 1 at a time?
Let's just do 1 at a time to make it
easy. Just keep it simple.
Yeah.
If you're still alive after 5 combat rounds, or as soon as you reduce the endurance of one of the fiends to 4 points or fewer, whichever is sooner, turn to 618.
Right, so let's pick the one with the least endurance.
It's the first one anyway, which is Succubus.
8. So the Succubus, so we have got the same picture for all these because they are the Dracula's brides, essentially.
The ladies.
So the first one, skill?
7 and 8.
6, because we take 2 off, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
So we just need to attack him once. Get him to 4, is it?
As soon as you reduce, yeah, to 4. So yeah, if we get 1 hit.
Okay, here we go.
Ready?
I think so.
Yeah!
Right, so we did 2 damage to the succubus.
618.
Well, we did more, didn't we? We did 3 damage, really.
Yeah.
1-8. I'm going to take that one down.
Oh, we should just wipe them all out here and now.
Oh. You are suddenly aware of the presence of the Count as you are cast backwards to the corner of the room by the force of the furious storm that announces his arrival.
Oh no.
679.
Oh, he's gonna be angry.
He's here.
Get off my bitches.
So I'm guessing you have to fight him for 5 rounds to probably have the same thing happen. If you're not a baller like us.
Dracula grasps the slender neck of the succubus in his steely grip. His eyes are transformed with fury, as if the flames of hellfire burn behind them. His teeth champ with rage, and his pallid cheeks flush red with passion. Never before have you imagined such wrath, even of the demons of the pit. With a fierce sweep of his arm, he hurls the woman from him, before driving the other 2 back as well. In a voice which, although almost a whisper, seems to cut through the air and ring from the cold stone walls of the chamber, he declares, "How dare you touch him, any of you? How dare you cast eyes on him?"
Oh, it's okay. He's pissed off at them, not us.
Yeah, when I had forbidden it. This man belongs to me. Beware how you meddle with him, or you will have to deal with me. Climbing like a spider into the shadows that hang about the dome of the chamber like cobwebs, the succubus turns and answers him with the words, "You yourself never loved. You never love." A mirthless, soulless laughter rings through the room from the foul fiends, and it makes you feel faint to hear it. "Yes, I can too, love," the Count replies. "You yourselves can tell it from the past, is it not so?" And then his voice takes on a guttural growl. "I promise that when I am done with him, you shall kiss him at your will. Now go." "Are we to have nothing tonight?" one of the unnatural women says, pointing at a bag on the floor that was not there before Dracula's arrival. The bag suddenly moves as if there is some living being within it. The Count says nothing but merely nods. One of the women pounces on the bag, and then tearing it open, you quite clearly hear a gasp followed by a low wail as of a half-smothered child. "Oh."
Baby. You saw it in the movie, didn't you? They had a little newborn baby.
The other women gather around the bag, muttering almost motherly, soothing sounds, but which sound to you like purrs of hunting felines. Add 2 points to your terror score.
Oh, great.
And then, aghast with the horror of it all, you mercifully pass out. Turn to 709. Well, this hasn't gone well, has it?
No. Sloppy seconds for the Count.
Flop.
From this game, but fair game. Stop the count. 709. Maybe that's why Dracula is so desperate to get to the UK. Maybe the tariff charges are cheaper over there.
What's he buying though?
Puppies.
Puppies.
Okay, we're starting with a journal here. So we gain 4 stamina.
Yes.
Endurance. So, Jonathan Harker's journal, 19th of May. I awoke in my own bed. The Count must have carried me here. As I look around this room, although it has been to me so full of fear, it is now a sort of sanctuary. For nothing can be more dreadful than those awful women who are waiting to suck my blood.
Yeah, right.
I never went again, meaning. I have to ignore that. Here comes Wesker running up the stairs.
What was that?
As you try to piece together your memories of what happened last night, you realise that your host is now also your saviour. However, he knows that you went against his wishes by exploring the woman's wing of the castle. Any weapons you may have collected are gone. You reckon that always happens?
No.
Any of your weapons you've collected are gone. Remove them from your adventure sheet. At nightfall, the Count visits you in your rooms again and asks you to write down 3 more letters. One saying that your work is almost done and that you will start for home again within a few days. Another saying that you are setting out in the morning after the date the letter is sent, and the third saying you have left the castle and are back in Bistritz. The first should be dated June 12th, he instructs you, the second June 19th, and the third June 29th. Posts are few and uncertain, Mr. Harker, he goes on, and by the way of explanation, even though you know it is only an excuse, you writing these letters now will put your minds and your friends at ease. You know better than try to resist him, and now know how long you have left to live. You can only hope that something may occur within the next month that will provide you with a chance to escape. It is almost 10 days before such an opportunity presents itself, or at any rate being able to send word home. A band of Szgany arrive at the castle and set up camp within the courtyard. They are gypsies, peculiar to this part of the world. They have read in the Count's library and have attached themselves to some great noble, a boyar, who calls himself by his name. They are fearless and without religion, save superstition, and they speak their own variety of the Romany tongue, but their loyalty is without question. Perhaps you could write some letters home and try to get the Szgany to have them posted. Turn to 738. Alternatively, you could wait and see if a proper chance to escape presents itself. Turn to 766. But then, fearing that you do not have long left to live, you could try and take on the Count directly by ambushing him the next day until he comes to visit you in your chambers.
Well, that's not going to end well, is it?
No. Well, that is what he did in Nosferatu, wasn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, he went to his thing and tried to.
Oh,
get
he
him.
did, yeah.
The letters, we could throw a letter out of the window, or we could.
I don't think they're going to do that. I think we're going to end up getting killed if we try and do that.
Should we just wait then?
I would just wait.
He's too smart for us, isn't he? This is very close to the novel. Yeah, I really want to read it at some point now, actually, because the movie is quite rushed. So I feel like there's so much atmosphere and detail that's not there in the film. So wait for a proper chance to present itself. 766.
Yeah. So our combat needs to go back down to 9 because we do not have our cool ass dragon greatsword anymore. So we're gonna wait, aren't we?
Yes. You may have taken your weapons, but you always have your use of harsh language. Yeah. Can we not double flip him the bird and make a crucifix out of it?
Whoa, the ultimate weapon.
We have kept our crucifix though. We didn't say anything about that.
We hid that. It was hidden within ourselves. That's why. Almost another 3 weeks pass before an appropriate opportunity presents itself. On the morning of the 17th of June, as you are sitting on the edge of your bed, cudgelling your brains, you hear the cracking of whips and the pounding and scraping of horses' hooves.
Dracula's having a right night, isn't
he? Why?
His whips and chains out.
The pounding and scraping of horses. Coming up the rocky path behind the courtyard. Hurrying to the window, you see two later wagons.
Bounce on it. Crazy style.
Two later wagons drive into the yard, each drawn by 8 sturdy horses, and at the head of each pair a Slovak with his wide hat, great nail-studded belt, dirty sheepskin, and high boots. You cry out to them, and they look up at you stupidly, pointing as they talk amongst themselves. But just then, the hetman of this Szgany appears, and seeing them pointing to your window, says something at which they laugh and resolutely turn away. The wagons contain great square boxes with handles of thick rope. They are evidently empty, considering the ease with which the Slovaks manoeuvre them, and by their resonance as they are roughly deposited within the courtyard.
Are they working with him?
Yeah, they'll be taking all his furniture across the sea, won't they? Once they have all been unloaded and stacked in a great heap in one corner of the yard, the Szgany pay the Slovaks who leave. That night you hear the sound of mattock and spade echoing through the castle walls. The Szgany are quartered somewhere in the castle and are doing work of some kind for the Count. But then another sound makes you start. It is the low, piteous howling of dogs somewhere far below in the valley. A couple of sleepless hours pass and you hear a sharp wail elsewhere in the castle, which is quickly suppressed. I thought you were going to do bounce on it again.
No.
Then there is silence, an awful silence that chills you to the bone.
Do we hear bats next? Come on, there's got to be bats.
Not yet. You are reminded of the horror to which you were forced to bear witness the night you were attacked by the fiend-like women. And then you hear another sound, this time out in the courtyard. It's the agonized cry of a woman. Do you have that? Do you want to go to the window to see what's going on, or would you prefer to stay where you are and not involve yourself in affairs that's not within your power to influence? Let's be nosy.
Yeah, let's see what's going on down there.
What's going on?
We need some intel, don't we?
We need
796.
some drama.
We just sitting up here eating our like sandwich, watching them get murdered out the window. Peering between the bars of your window, you see a woman with dishevelled hair at the entrance to the courtyard. When she sees your face at the window, she throws herself forward and shouts in a voice laden with menace, "Monster, give me my child!" Throwing herself onto her knees, raising up her hands in supplication, she makes the same desperate plea over and over. Tearing her hair and beating her breast, she disappears from view, but you can hear her beating her hands against the castle door. From somewhere high overhead, you fancy you hear the harsh, whispering voice of the Count calling to the children of the night, and it is answered from far and wide by the howling of wolves.
There you go.
Before many minutes have passed, the pack of wild animals pours through the archway into the courtyard. You see the woman try to run, but the wolves drag her down before she can reach the gate. You cannot tear your eyes away as the creatures tear her to shreds. Before long, the wolves stream away again, back to their forest, licking the ruddy gore from their muzzles.
Oh.
Nothing is left to the wretched peasant save for a bloody smear on the cobbles of the courtyard. You are left shaken by what you've witnessed, but do not pity the woman, for you know all too well her child's fate, and she's better off dead than having to live with that terrible knowledge. Add 2 points to your terror score and deduct 1 from your combat score.
Why?
I don't know. How will you ever escape from this dreadful, benign place? That gloom and fear have made their dwelling place. If you want to continue to wait for fate to play its hand, turn to 947. If you'd rather seize control of your fate and act now, turn to 132. This is where he's told us to we're an opportunity to present itself, so maybe this is the time where we just have to try and get out.
Yeah.
Should we try it?
How are we going to get out, though?
Oh, I don't know. Jump out the window into the lake, wash ourselves up.
Climb inside one of the boxes.
Potential. Right, let's try it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, 132. So we
Reduce
lose.
our combat. Add 2 to our terror.
And if we die,
We die.
we can go back with the knowledge. We do have 14 terror now.
We did think we were going to die like a few pages
Yeah.
in, so we've done pretty well.
If we do die, we are going to have to find a way of speeding through it a bit faster. We can't read every segment
We
again.
can just explain the segment
Yeah.
briefly, like
Yeah.
sum it up, if we remember it. You realise that you must take action or other forces will see to it that you never leave Castle Dracula, and so you determine to search the Count Sepulchral
Sepulture?
stronghold once more, but this time during the hours of daylight to find a way out no matter what. As the sun grows high in the sky the next morning and strikes the top of the great gateway opposite your window, your fear falls from you as if it is a vaporous garment dissolved by the dawn. No man can know till he has suffered during the night how sweet and dear to his heart and eye the morning can be. Deduct 1 point from your terror score. That's nice.
Oh, thanks, Dracula.
Thanks, sunshine. You decide to take action whilst the courage of the
Is
day
this
is
the-
upon you.
Teletubbies baby in the sky.
Yeah.
Dropping 1 terror point from us.
That's exactly what's happened. Considering you have never seen the Count out and about by daylight, you intrigue to know what secrets lie within the chamber from which he emerges to crawl down the castle wall at night. But there is only one way you know how to get there. If you want to climb out of your window and descend to the Count's chamber this way, turn to 163. If you'd prefer not to attempt something so reckless and want to try to find a way into his chambers from within the castle, turn to 547. Let's climb!
I'm climbing.
Would you not? He does it in the film.
Oh, that's the thing, we're just following the film now, aren't we? So, probably let's do that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard because we're following the story, but like we don't know if we get intel from going into his chamber.
It's
or
like
something.
Winter says, we're here for a good time, not a long time.
It's gonna be a long time. What page was it?
163, maybe keep your finger
The
on.
Count chamber this way to into 163. So let's do it. Let's jump out the window. Hey, Colonel.
Goodbye!
While your courage is still fresh, you go to the window and ease through the still beyond. The stones are big and roughly cut, and the time and weather has washed the mortar from between them, providing you with numerous hand and footholds. And you begin your descent. Take an agility test. If you pass the test, turn to 233.
Agility is 2, isn't it? We've got to
Yes.
get below 9.
Yes. We're gonna do it anyway. We are gonna do it anyway. Out the window.
We're gonna do it anyway.
Barry's gonna guide us across the wind.
We're gonna do it anyway.
Yes. Easy.
If you pass the test, turn to 223.
You look down only once just to make sure that a sudden glimpse of the awful depth will not overcome you, but after that keep your gaze firmly from it. Just checking it wasn't an end page. Having a fairly assured sense of direction and distance to the Count's window, you make your way towards it as best as you can. And then, before you know it, you're slipping through the arched opening into the Count's secret chamber.
Oh, so
That
I've
was
gone there anyway.
quick.
Nice.
Looking around, you're surprised to see by the morning light coming in through the window that the room appears to have never been used. The furniture is of the same style as that in the women's wing, and covered with dust as well. There are also chains and ornaments, some of them jewelled, but all
A sex
antiques.
swing.
Sounds like it. Stained with the patina of age. And
You must bounce on it.
in one corner of the room,
Crazy style.
Continue.
you stumble upon a great heap of gold of all kinds. You uncover Roman, British, Austrian, Hungarian, Greek, and Turkish money among the hoard. All of it covered with a film of dust. And none of what you find is less than 300 years old. But you're not interested in stealing from the Count. You're here to learn the truth of what he is and what he is about.
Are we reading all of Dracula on stream? It's near enough. It's near enough. There's a few optional choices in the
It is a pretty hefty book.
Yeah. I mean, you are probably going to get the full gist of the actual novel of Dracula through watching this. So consider yourself entertained.
What you take to be the door that connects the chamber to the rest of the castle is locked, and there's no sign of a key, but at another corner of the room there is another heavy door. This one is open and leads through a stone passage to a circular stairway which goes steeply down. Descending, taking care where you tread, for it is dark here, the stairwell lit only by loopholes in the heavy masonry. At the bottom you find yourself at one end of a tunnel-like passage from which comes the odour of an old earth newly turned. You feel compelled to follow the passage, wherever it may lead, the mildew smell growing heavier until you enter an old ruined chapel that has evidently been used as the castle graveyard in the past. The roof's broken, and in two places you can see steps leading to vaults, but the ground has recently been dug over, and the mouldering earth placed into the wooden boxes brought to Castle Dracula by the Slovaks. There's no sign of the Scani, who you take it have been the ones tasked with the work that has been undertaken here. Do you want to make a thorough search of the chapel, or if you feel that you've seen enough, do you want to quit this place of death without further ado?
Let's check it out. Why not?
It's gonna be a trap. Oh no, it's daytime, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's daytime.
We could have like servants on. Background reminds me of Bloodborne.
Yes.
Yeah. We need a new Bloodborne.
It
And when
looks like which is a game where you go up to
Analondo.
Yes!
I know, I can see it.
Yeah.
Climbing up here and getting
Running
shot
up
with
there
arrows.
about 50 times.
Was it you, Kerma, who was playing like Sekiro and stuff last time? Do you want to make a thorough search of the chapel? 251. You make a search of every inch of the ground and even go down into the vaults but find nothing but fragments of old coffins and piles of dust. Then you turn your attention to the boxes filled with earth. Lying inside one of them, on a pile of newly dug earth, is the Count.
Oh!
You cannot tell whether he is dead or merely asleep, for his eyes are open and stony but lacking the glassiness of death. His lips are as red as ever, but there is no sign of movement. You bend... Oh, okay.
Did you read you bend him over?
I did.
Me too.
So yeah,
Bounced on it.
you bend him over. No, you bend over him. Well, yeah, we both read it as you bend him over. You bend over him. searching for any sign of life. But there
Where
is
is
no
he?
pulse,
Style.
no breath, no beating of the heart. But when your eyes become accustomed to the gloom permeating the crypt, you notice something that fills your very soul with horror. For the Count looks as if his youth has been half restored to him. For the white of his hair has given way to iron grey, his cheeks are fuller, and his lips you see gouts of fresh blood. Even the deep burning eyes seem to set amongst the swollen flesh, for the lids and pouches underneath are bloated. It seems as the vile creature is gorged with blood, and he lies inside the box like a filthy leech exhausted from his feast.
Oh.
Add 2 terror points.
No!
There is a mocking smile on the Count's bloated face. This is the being you are helping to transfer to London, where perhaps for centuries to come he might amongst its teeming millions satiate his lust for blood, thereby creating an ever-widening circle of leeches to batten up upon the helpless. That realization drives you to the edge of madness, but is quickly followed by another, that you are in a unique position to put a halt to the Count's plans of conquest and empire building. If you want to kill the Count as he lies in a deathless state of suspended animation, turn to 281. If you feel you do not dare to attempt such a thing, turn to 342. I mean, you would try, wouldn't you?
Can we checkpoint it?
Yes, 251.
Are we going to do it anyway?
I mean, it's not going to end up working in our favour, but...
We're gonna do it anyway.
What's the checkpoint page?
Okay, run that murder him. 251.
We're gonna do it anyway.
I think we just woke him up with that chant. Dracula's eyes.
Just bop it.
I mean, you would... Does he know to stake him in the heart? Though? What are we actually going to attempt to do?
What have we got?
Rabbit's foot. Are we going to like try and make him swallow a rabbit's foot? Okay. Let's try and kill him. 281.
Because we're gonna do it anyway.
It's so hard because like all I'm thinking of is the stuff that's in Nosferatu, the stuff that's in the Dracula movie, and like I think it does attempt to kill him in Nosferatu.
Oh
Has
no!
anyone watched Nosferatu yet, by the way? It's not death, is it?
Oh, I think I've taken my hand off it. Oh, I wrote it down anyway. There is no weapon to hand, so you seize one of the shovels the Scani have been using to fill the boxes, and lifting it high up, prepare to strike the Count's head from
Give him an elbow drop from the top row.
from his foot. Okay,
I'm going to give him a mandible claw with a dirty sock.
As you do so, the head turns and the eyes fall upon you, blazing with basilisk horror. Take a terror test. If you pass the test, turn to
We're
311.
on 15 now, by the way.
Well, we probably shouldn't be trying this. I don't know whether you want to backtrack.
Let's try it. We've got to see
See
it
what
through,
happens.
yeah. So 2 dice,
4 dice for
dice.
terror.
and it needs to be higher than 15.
Yes.
6. 11.
Yeah.
So what do we need? 5.
4 at least. Oh no.
What happens?
3, 4, 2.
That's the thing, you don't know if you do this and you pass the test that you might drop like a terror level for having the balls to do it or not.
Oh. Well, we don't die, but I don't want to really carry on with it.
Read it anyway.
A feeling of dread and impending doom comes over you, and you flee the chapel as quickly as you can, desperate to return to the daylight and the security of your own chambers. Your courage spent, you ascend to the Count's room and leave again by the window, crawling back up the castle wall. Regaining your room, you throw yourself panting on the bed. Add 1 point to your terror score.
That's such like a wimpy thing to do. Like we just tried to kill Dracula and we're running back to our bed, jumping in the bed, putting our head under the covers and hoping everything's okay. What do we do?
No, he's going to be mad.
What, a terror point?
Yeah, but we're not going to do it, are we?
No.
Slowly, you become aware of a gypsy song sung by merry voices coming from far off but drawing closer, and accompanied by the rolling of heavy wheels and cracking of whips. The Scani have returned.
So what are we doing? Are we doing the...
Well,
roll
should we go...
and just not attempt to kill him? Because I imagine the
Yeah,
gypsies still turn up.
We don't have a weapon.
Like a stroppy teenager, yeah. He ran back into the room, he slammed the door and he's just started talking smack about
If
the
he was
Count.
clever, he would have sharpened that shovel handle to a stake.
Yeah, it's like in Monster Hunter when like the the monster is asleep and you get to his nest, and you like sharpen all your weapons. And
Yeah.
you don't just.
Wait, we dare not attempt such a thing.
Oh, John's getting busted again by the night bar. Only John. Stop spamming.
What?
Ignore the night bar.
What's John said?
He's just wrote in caps. Woohoo, stop spamming. Brutal, he's got it out for John.
I think you should all try and get banned just by screaming in caps.
I think
You've
John,
got such a sensitive nightbot.
John must be protesting against AI for this thing to rise up and try and take him out. Sometimes you scare me, stop spamming caps. Oh, Steve. I want to see
That's better, John.
Jeez. I need to, it's like an Ed 209 for Robocop. I need to tone him down a few levels before you get machine gunned.
John, does that go to the same page?
Is that a Kevin and Perry reference? Because that is what I thought about when you said stroppy teenager.
Oh my god, you know what happens? If we dare not attempt it,
Yeah.
we still run back to our room and start crying on the bed.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna do that.
Well, I kind of want to figure out what happens if we pass the.
Alright, should we try and roll again
What
then?
test was it?
To chop his head off with the...
So we just.
Oh,
have to
it's
pass
just
the terror
terror
score.
test,
Let's
yeah.
try it. Let's try and pass it and see. You have 30 seconds to comply. Can you fly, buddy?
So we gotta get more than 15.
10. Oh, it's 15.
That'll do.
Nice. What happens?
If you pass the test, turn to 311. I'll let
You run back to your room again. Right. 3-1.
Now playing Dark Souls 3 for the first time, just defeated the Pontiff. Hope he's blasting it. Which one's the
Oh,
Pontiff?
Pontiff. I was stuck on Pontiff for quite a while. Definitely.
I can't remember which one it was.
It's the one that's like. It's in like a church, and there's like two versions. There's a normal one, there's like a purple ghostly version of it with fire swords.
Oh, I think I might have found that one.
I think you found that easier than I did. I'd struggle with that. Completed Sekiro like 3 weeks ago. Nice.
I really want to play Scary again.
Were you?
I say that all the time.
Did you? Were you shocked by the second phase of the was it the Great Ape, Giant
The
Ape?
Headless Ape.
Yeah. We need to play them again. We just find them time to do it. The sight seems to paralyze you, but you fight the feeling and bring the shovel down. Although it turns in your hand, and rather than beheading the monster, its sharp edge merely makes a deep gash above the forehead.
Ooh.
You stagger away from the count's resting place in revulsion, the shovel falling from the palsied fingers, and the last glimpse you have of it is of the bloated, blood-stained face, a grim malice. I'm trying not to burp. Right, let me read that sentence again. And the last glimpse you have of it is of the bloated, blood-stained face, a grin of malice fixed upon it, which you would have held its own in the nethermost hell. Tick off the code word Boralzalon and deduct 1 blood point. So yeah, we got rewarded for having balls to
Balls
chop 'em up
all
and
over my face.
yeah.
And
Balls.
deduct a wood. A wood.
We've already matched the wood out in the opulent chamber.
Our wood points are only on 1 now.
Okay, 3-4-2. The Headless Ape second phase was already spoiled. Oh, that sucks.
What was that?
Well, I think I beat the. You were stuck on the ape for ages. I did the ape, and I knew it happened, and I was watching them do the fight, and when she did the first phase, I didn't say anything. I just watched.
And yeah, I was raging.
I didn't expect the second fight of the ape. Yeah, the double ape is literally like, I swear that's like 20 minutes later. We need to stop time and play all the Souls games again.
Oh, we've made it to this page again.
Same one.
A feeling of dread and impending doom comes over you as you flee the chapel quickly. You climb back to bed. Add 1 point to your terror score.
Oh, 16. We need to drop that down.
Yeah. Slowly you become aware. Oh no, we didn't. I thought we might have added that last time. I don't think we did.
No, we didn't.
You were going to, and I told you not to. Slowly you become aware of a gypsy song sung by merry voices. The Scani have returned. 10 to 607.
607.
The fear mechanic is scarier me more than most of the other bosses.
What's the fear mechanic?
mechanic?
Is that like when you go into an area with the weird purple symbol people, the ghostly people?
I don't remember that.
Fear mechanic. I can't remember that.
It was probably certain areas.
Some of those are tough. The one. Did you even do all of them?
Do what?
When you have to go to a certain area where there's like the ghostly people with the purple symbol.
If they were optional, probably not.
Fear mechanic is what the ghost enemies do. Like the headless. Yeah, those are tough. Some of them. They're always in like a hard area.
Yeah, I struggled with Secure the most, so I probably skipped some of those.
There is the sound of many feet tramping and dying away in some passage, which sends up a clanging echo. There comes the crash of weights being set down heavily, doubtless by the boxes with their freight of earth, and then the sound of hammering as they are nailed shut. You watch from your window as the boxes are loaded into the wagon awaiting them in the courtyard, and then, accompanied again by the roll of wheels and the crack of whips, the Ciscani depart once more. You know that you are alone in the castle with those weird sisters, the devils of the pit, but you swear you will not remain here to become their plaything. Without pausing for even a moment, you ease yourself out of the bedroom window, the only means of escaping from the castle available to you, and brave to the vertiginous castle walls, intent on finding a way out of your prison or die in the attempt. For each death is a more desirable fate than being left to the mercy of those shape-shifting hellcats. Take an enjoy. Yeah, I mean.
Oh, that would be awful.
Oh.
To be sucked to death.
Dracula's gone. I'm just gonna go down to the opulent chamber.
How did I end up here?
We can make a deal with it. Come on. Take an endurance test.
Oh, that's 4, yeah.
And we need to be lower.
Yes. I'm sure we can manage
terror,
that.
that's higher.
Yeah.
You didn't even count it.
Didn't need to.
If you pass the test, turn to 644. I got all the prayer beads, killed all the mini bosses. Nice. I think I did everything in the game. I think I've literally done everything. I just need to start the game again and do. Oh, that's it. Yeah. I think I got the true ending as well. What's it called? Is it like Home or something like that? The one that looks like it's leading towards a sequel. You've got to do like 7 paths of dialogue with the young prince guy, haven't you?
I need to redo it all because I think I've got the worst ending. I just wanted to get through that game, but now I really want to do it again and try.
Right, as exciting as this is, I've got to go to the pub quiz. I'll catch up on YouTube.
Oh, enjoy
Thanks,
your pub
John.
quiz, John.
I'm going to start uploading these probably next week at some point, so you'll probably see a part every couple of days. So thanks for watching, John, and have a good evening.
In any other circumstance, such a stench... Are we here?
I think so.
Oh, I don't think we're here. What page were we on? I'm gonna have to go back from 251. It's gonna take a little time.
Sure it was 644.
Was it?
644 or 614.
Well,
I'm sure it was 644. But...
do you want me to just read it? It just
No,
doesn't make sense.
let's just try and figure it out.
Oh, we can go from 342. Because that was where we ended up, 607. If you pass turn to 442. Oh, it was 442, not 642. Okay. As you negotiate the broken battlements, good job we didn't carry on, of the ancient stronghold, the abyss of the gorge yawning beneath you, and the sun sinking lower and lower in the sky with startling alacrity.
All of these, Alec, I don't get how you're supposed to pronounce some of these
You
words.
round the corner of the castle only to find yourself at a dead end. The walled courtyard lies before you, but between you and it is a great cleft in the rock upon which the castle was raised. You have no choice but to jump for it. Oof. Take an agility test. If you pass the test, 10 to 503. 2 dice. Yay!
Nice.
503.
503.
503.
You have made it. You land hard on the ragged battlements, grazing your knees, but you are safe. Lose 2 endurance points, but also deduct 1 from your terror.
Lose what?
2 endurance and
1.
2 stamina. And 1 terror, yeah. You descend to the courtyard floor and from there pass beneath the great arched entrance and set out after the Siscani down the steep path, heading for the valley far below. Turn to 627.
Oh, we're on our way!
Yeah.
We made it out of the castle.
This is where we spend the next 30 pages at a church, probably.
How do you wish to proceed from here? If you wish to continue the stories Jonathan Harker, 10 to 647, we do. You can also take the role of Dr. John Seward here. We're not going to do that. So, current is Jonathan, 647.
Yeah. This is where we wake up with a full grey head of hair.
And then it'll go back.
Yeah.
And then it'll go a bit greyer again.
That film was directed by Francis Ford Coppola as well, who made The Godfather stuff. He needs to up his continuity game.
I think it was on purpose. I think
Do you
it was
reckon?
like how
Well, how
far
close they are to
Dracula
Dracula.
was, yeah.
We've never read the book, so it might make sense. It is night. A full moon rides high in the cloud-chased sky above you, while all around you is darkness, except for where the moonlight reflects from the eyes of circling wolves. You run, guttural growls rising from the bellies of the beasts as they set off in eager pursuit. The twig-clawed fingers of branches catch you as they flee, tugging at your clothes, tangling in your hair, and tearing at your skin. You are trapped within the very heart of darkness, and it can only be a matter of time before the predators run down their prey.
Oh my god, Steve, did you actually get timed out?
You joking? Did you do it more caps after the last caps? Oh, sorry, Steve. I will sort it.
Steve.
I'll sort it out, Steve. I'm not messing with the settings. All I had it on was to just drop a few messages every like 35 minutes.
Steve got put in the
I didn't
naughty
expect
corner.
it to take you out.
So we basically escaped from the castle. Yeah, but we encouraged it.
Yes.
We've climbed out our castle bedroom. I'm going to try and catch
Be
up.
serious, Kern. You'll get banned.
Yeah.
Don't worry. It's a warning. Don't do it. So where were we first? You wake to the sound of church bell tolling and the sunlight streaming through the high mullioned wall window to strike the crisp white sheets of the bed in which you are lying. In that moment of waking confusion, you struggle to recall where you are and how you got there. The last thing you remember clearly is escaping from Castle Dracula. You remember fleeing through the forest and have a vague recollection of the train journey, where there is nothing else. You try to sit up, propping yourself up on your elbows, but even the slight exertion is too much for you, and you fall back onto the bed, sweating and trembling from effort. It is at that moment that a door opens and a woman wearing the habit and wimple of a nun enters the room.
What's a wimple?
I don't know. "Ah, Mr. Harker," she says, addressing you by name. "You are awake." "Where am I?" you ask in a faltering voice. Your throat is dry and your lips are gummed with old saliva. "You are convalescing at Hospital of St. Joseph and St. Mary in Budapest." "In Budapest? Well, that's hundreds of miles where you started your journey. And who are you?" "I am Sister Agatha," the nun says, "and my sisters have been nursing you ever since you arrived here almost 6 weeks ago."
It's Budapest.
Budapest. I don't know. Sister Agatha's Hungarian accent is strong, but her English is excellent. She proceeds to tell you that when you arrived, you were suffering from a violent brain fever and had also suffered numerous other injuries which have all been treated and you are healing well. But it will be still some weeks before you will be able to leave the sanatorium.
Oh.
Your thoughts immediately turn to your beloved Mina and you ask Sister Agatha if she will write to her on your behalf, since you are not even strong enough to write yourself, conveying your love and begging her to join you in Budapest, which she duly does. Turn to page 13.
Oh, what a good lass. I'm glad you could see, but just not comment as well.
Okay, good.
I thought you got literally kicked out.
Yeah. I wonder how many times it takes you to be banned. But it's clearly just let that bot write a message without punishing them, so...
Okay, this is a very, very long letter.
After 10 weeks of recovery, you head back to the castle and to the opulent chamber.
Now I've got my energy back. Right, so
How long is it?
it's about 3 pages. But it's slightly bigger font, so...
Do you wanna split it up between us?
Yeah, okay.
So you do this page, I'll do here, you do there. Okay.
Yeah. And then, so it's a entry?
It is.
I'm guessing. It's not a journal entry, but it's a
So
letter.
your 24's our max,
Yeah,
isn't
we can
it?
get 24. So this is letter Mina Harker to Lucy Westenra, Budapest. Oh, so this is from... No, this is to Lucy. Oh no, this is from Mina to Lucy. My dearest Lucy, I know you will be anxious to hear all that has happened since we parted at the railway station at Whitby. Well, my dear, I got to Hull all right and caught the boat to Hamburg and then the train on here.
The boat from Hamburg, from Hull.
I can hardly recall anything of the journey except that I knew I was coming to Jonathan. I found my dear one, oh so thin and pale and weak looking. All the resolution has gone out of his dear eyes, and that quiet dignity which I told you was in his face has vanished. He is only a wreck of himself, and he does not remember anything that has happened to him for a long time past. That's what he says. He does. He remembers a couple of things.
What happened in the
A couple
opulent
of
chamber?
big old things.
I don't remember that part.
At least he wants me to believe so, and I shall never ask. He has had some terrible shock, and I fear it might tax his poor brain if he were to try to recall it. Sister Agatha, who is a good creature and a born nurse, tells me that he raved of dreadful things whilst he was off his head.
3 vampire women all over me. The terror.
I wanted her to tell me what they were, but she would only cross herself and say that the ravings of the sick were the secrets of God.
I'm waiting for Nosferatu to be on HBO Max or Netflix or something. I've got the 4K Blu-ray coming tomorrow, so probably watch it again at some point. But yeah, I think it's probably better watched at home because it is quite a slow burn, so you can kind of like chill on it, and if you need to take a break, you can pause. She is a sweet, good soul, and the next day when she saw I was troubled still, after saying that she could never mention what my poor dear raved about, added, I can tell you this much, my dear, that it is not about anything which he has done wrong himself, and you, as his wife-to-be, have no cause to be concerned. His fear was of great and terrible things which no mortal mind can bear. I waited by his bedside until he awoke. After we had remade our promises of love to each other, he asked for me for his coat as he wanted to get something from his pocket, and I asked Sister Agatha, and she brought all his things. I saw that amongst them was his notebook, and was going to ask him to let me look at it in the hope that I might find some clue to his trouble contained within, when he said to me very solemnly, Wilhelmina, I knew then that he was in a deadly earnest. You know, dear, my ideas of the trust between husband and wife, there should be no secret, no concealment. I had a great shock, and when I tried to recall it, what it was, I do not know if all was real or the dreaming of a madman. You know I have had a brain fever, and that is to be mad. The secret is here, and I do not want to know it. I want to take up my life again here with our marriage. So you continue there. It's good to buy movies and games on disc. I've been buying too many digital games lately because of discounts. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, my PC is my main platform for gaming, so I do actually get a lot of digital games, but if it's console, I will try and get physical if there's like a special, like a steelbook or something.
Here is the book, take it and keep it, read it if you will, but never let me know, unless indeed some solemn duty should come upon me to go back to the bitter hours, asleep or awake, sane or mad, recorded here. He fell back exhausted, and I put the book under his pillow and kissed him. I asked Sister Agatha to beg the Mother Superior to let our wedding be that afternoon, and so the chaplain of the English Mission Church was sent for. Jonathan woke a little after the hour, and all was ready. He sat up in bed, propped up with his pillows. He answered his I will, firmly and strongly. I could hardly speak. My heart was so full that even those words seemed to choke me. When the chaplain and the sisters had left me alone with my husband, I took the book from under his pillow and wrapped it up in white paper, and tied it with a little bit of pale blue ribbon which was around my neck, and sealed it over the knot with sealing wax, and for my seal I used my wedding ring. Then I kissed it and showed it to my husband, and told him that I would keep it so, and that it would be an outward and visible sign for us all our lives that we trusted each other, that I would never open it unless it were for his own dear sake, or for the sake of some stern duty. Then he took my hand in his and said that it was the dearest thing in all the wide world, and I told him that he had made me the happiest woman in all the wild. Why keep saying wild? The wild world. And my dear, when he kissed me and drew me to him with his poor weak hands, it was like a very solemn pledge between us. Lucy dear, I tell you all this because you have been and are very dear to me. Please, Almighty God, may your life be all it promises, a long day of sunshine with no harsh wind, no forgetting duty, no distrust. I must not wish you no pain, for that can never be. But I do hope,
I wish you no pain.
But I do hope you will be always as happy as I am now. Goodbye, my dear. I must stop, for Jonathan is waking, and I must attend to my husband. Your ever loving Mina Harker, 10 to 44.
Right.
That was a long letter.
So far, there's not been a mention, unless we were too drunk last time. I don't remember Dracula ever coming across the locket and realizing that Mina was his like past lover sort of thing. But that could also be part of Dracula's own playthrough in this book. So I suppose we're seeing it from Jonathan's perception, but
oh, we got to play this at Halloween and play as Dracula.
yeah, definitely. It'd be good to play as all of the characters, I think, because they're going to be so different. Like, Mina's obviously going to have the whole, like, seduction of Dracula. Seward is going to be in Carfax Abbey, and Dracula is going to be Dracula. So I feel like this is probably going to be, like, an amazing four-story book. So this is going to be it for part 3. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video so far and the series. And yeah, we've just escaped from Dracula's castle, so things are probably going to get more... Well, I don't know what's going to happen in Jonathan's story at this point.
It could be different. It could, like, they could change anyway, so... Yeah,
but I feel like this is probably a good point in the story to stop for today. So yeah, we'll be back again with part 4 very soon, where we continue the story of Dracula Curse of the Vampire. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.